Hi, welcome to the Blue Code. In this video, we'll be going over what the arithmetic mean is and how to calculate it. So what is the arithmetic mean in statistics? You can think of the mean as a summary of a group of data. For instance, let's say you wanted to know what happens in a book, but didn't have time to read it. What you could do is read a summary to get the main points of the book instead. That's what getting the mean for a group of data values is like. For example, let's say you had a large set of numbers, say 10,000 of them. It would take too long to analyze the data one number at a time. So if taking the mean of that data set would tell you the central tendency of that data set, which is a value in the middle of the data set that tries to describe the whole thing. So to calculate the mean, you would just take the sum of the values in the data set divided by the number of values in the data set. So the mean is equal to the sum of the values divided by the number of values, or the count. So let's take a look at an example. Let's say we had this set of numbers. To get the mean, we would first add up all the values to get the sum, which in this case is 27. Then we would divide that sum by the number of values, which is 9. Since 27 divided by 9 is 3, the arithmetic mean of the data set is 3. So the mean gives us a summary of the whole data set, namely, what central value does the data tend to cluster around, which in this case is 3. Also, it's important to know that even though the mean tells us a summary, it's just that, a summary. By itself, it's not a very robust statistic. After all, the presence of outliers or really extreme values can influence the mean. So it should be taken together with other measures of central tendency, like the median or the mode, to get a more robust picture of the data. Also, there are other ways to calculate the mean aside from the arithmetic mean, like the trimmed mean, which eliminates the influence of outliers, similar to what the median does. It does this by trimming away the highest and lowest values from the data and taking the average of the rest. There's also the weighted mean, which is calculated by multiplying each data value by a weight and dividing their sum by the sum of their weights. We do this when we want certain data points to contribute more to the mean than others. So let's take a look at how to calculate the mean using Excel and Python. So in Excel or Google Sheets, you would type in the data set in a column, and then you would get the average by typing in equals average, and then selecting the cells in the column that you want to average. Now in Python, to get the mean, you have to import a module called NumPy, and we'll call it NP. NumPy is a Python library used for working with arrays. First, we will use the array function to create a new array using our data set and then assign it to a variable called data. Then we'll use the mean function to get the mean of that data set and assign it to the variable mean. And now, if we print the mean variable, we should see our mean printed to the screen. But let's say you didn't want to use NumPy or your NumPy module crashed or something. We could get the mean another way. So first you would import a module called math, which is a set of math functions built into Python used for doing math operations. Next, we create a list of our data values and assign it to a variable. Then we use the fsum method from the math module to get the sum of our data values. Then we can get the count of the data set by using the len function to get the number of functions in our data set. Then we can calculate the mean by dividing the sum by the count. Alternatively, we can import the statistics module, which is a built-in module you can use to do statistics. and then use the mean function to get the mean for that same data set. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you learned something more about the arithmetic mean. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.